Welcome to Book Wisdom Briefs. I watched a video of Sadhguru about meditation. He explained that one aware of his surroundings is intelligent, and one mindful of himself within himself is wise. You will feel as you think, and feeling accurately reflects your thoughts. Until you start seeing the reality of your thinking will seem natural. It cannot be changed. But when you understand that you only feel what you are thinking, you can change your feelings by changing your thinking. By understanding this, you are just one thought away from feeling something different all the time and changing your entire life. Meaning that the moment we stop thinking excessively, happiness begins. A long time ago, a young monk lived with his master and fellow monks in a small monastery near a small lake in a forest. All the monks had to sit quietly with their eyes closed for a few hours daily. And after every meditation, he had to report to his guru how much peace he got. This monk was finding it difficult to focus during his meditation practice due to many distractions, which made him very angry. When the monk told his guru about his problem, the guru asked him a simple question with a hidden lesson. Do you know what is making you angry? The monk replied, as soon as I close my eyes and start meditating, sometimes another monk is walking around, one cat or animal passes in front of me, or the wind blows, and the tree branches begin making noise, which distracts me. If I get rid of them, the birds start chirping, which makes it difficult for me to meditate peacefully at this place almost all the time. Guruji said this happens during meditation. You should find a way to ignore them and focus on yourself. After his suggestion, the monk left the monastery and sought a quiet place to meditate peacefully. He found such a place on the banks of the lake. He brought his mat, sat down, and started meditating. But soon, a group of birds came near that lake and started drinking water. Hearing their noise, the monk opened his eyes and started seeing what was happening there. However, the lake shore was quieter than the monastery, so he changed places near the lake and started meditating for a few days. One day, he saw a boat tied on the shore. Then he thought, why don't I row a boat to the middle of the lake and meditate there? In the middle of the lake, there won't be anything to bother me. And thinking this, he rowed a boat to the middle of the lake and started meditating. As he had expected, nothing was bothering him in the middle of the lake. He meditated with focus throughout the day and returned to the monastery at the end of the day. This continued for a few days. The monk was now very happy that he finally found a place to meditate peacefully. 7 days was passed like this. On the 8th day, the monk sat in the boat, went to the middle of the lake, and started meditating. After a few minutes, he heard some water splashing sound and felt the ship shaking. When he opened his eyes, he saw a boat approaching him. He shouted, "Take your boat away. Otherwise, you will collide with my boat." But the other boat kept coming straight towards him. He called again, but nothing changed, and the oncoming boat collided with the monk's boat. Now he shouted angrily, "Who are you? And why did you ram my boat in the middle of this big lake?" Still waiting for a response. This made the monk even more angry. When he stood up to see who was in the other boat, he was surprised that no one was there. The wind probably swept the ship and collided with his craft. Seeing this, he seemed to calm down his anger and realized it was just an empty boat. There was nothing to be angry about. He remembered his teacher's question, "Do you know what you are angry about?" Now he had got the answer to this question. It's not the empty boat, other people, or situations, but my reaction to it. That was the reason for my anger. All the people or situations that used to upset me and make me angry are like empty boats. They don't have the power to make me angry without my reaction. After this understanding, the monk brought the ship back to the shore. He returned to the monastery and started meditating with other monks. There was still noise and bustle, but the monk treated them like empty boats and continued meditating peacefully. I am sure that you must have understood this story very well. To understand this, today we will discuss the book, Don't Believe Everything You Think, by Joseph Nguyen. In this book video, you will know why our thinking is only sometimes correct and how it is the root of most problems. And what is there beyond thinking? By associating with you, you will feel secure and know how to move ahead by avoiding overthinking and being happy every moment. This video is in 7 parts. Every part is interrelated to each other. Therefore, watch the full video to clearly understand the basic concept of thinking. Let's get started, but before you get lost in this video, if you have come to our channel for the first time, and if you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel immediately. Our channel is one of the best book summary channels on YouTube. Our videos may be a little long sometimes because we never compromise on the quality of books and content. Therefore, it is very important to watch this video till the end. Part 1. Why do we even think? As a human being, we keep analyzing things with logic because it has helped us to survive. Because of this quality, our brain works very well to keep us alive, but it does not allow us to move forward. It is concerned with maintaining our security and existence, not with our satisfaction or happiness. The brain's job is to make us aware of the dangers around us that can put our lives in danger. It does its job so well that it scans the risks around us and estimates what dangers may occur in the future by observing based on our past experiences and memories. And there is nothing wrong with its nature. The brain does what it is designed to do. But overthinking it will make you angry and frustrated unless you understand that it is to help you survive. And all the struggles and worries within us come from this misunderstanding. Just as the brain's job is to keep us alive, our consciousness helps us feel satisfied by feeling peace, love, and happiness from within. The brain gives priority to security before our happiness. And this thing was also necessary in the past. But now you can free it from its work because we no longer live in the jungle where any animal can come from behind the bush at any time and take our lives. Now, we live in a secure society where there are strong walls of the house, police, and law for our security. If you continue to use your mind, you will constantly be in a state of fight, running, worry, fear, depression, anger, resentment, and all negative feelings because the mind now thinks the same thing. Just like before, everything is going on in our existence. If you want to be free from negative thinking, happy, peaceful, and full of love, then instead of just listening to your mind, you have to move beyond it and join something great that will help you survive and flourish. Part 2. Thoughts versus thinking. Sadhguru says, stop thinking and end your problems. That means you stop thinking and your worries will automatically terminate. Thought is the raw material of energy and mind we use to create everything. Without thought, we cannot experience anything. Thought is not something we do, but something we have. A thought requires no effort or force on our part and exists with us. We cannot even control what thoughts come to our mind. Thoughts come from a source beyond our senses, such as the universe or God. Thinking, on the other hand, is the process of thinking about our thoughts. It takes a lot of energy, effort, and willpower which we all have limited. Thinking is the leading cause of all our sorrows. Now, what about positive thinking? So positive thoughts, or thoughts that we like, are not the result of thinking. They come from our peace, love, and self-satisfaction. Let us understand this with practice. I will ask you a question. You have to observe what you are experiencing, and then we will see what happens afterwards. How much money do you want to earn in a year? Wait for a response. Give yourself 30 to 60 seconds to think about the answer. Only proceed to the next step once you know how much you want to earn. Now multiply that amount by 5. Now multiply that amount by 5. What were you thinking about your new income? Take at least 30 to 60 seconds to observe how you feel when you think about it, and see the emotions rising within you when you earn that much money. What kind of thinking do you have? Now, let's analyze what happened. When I asked the first question, how much money do you want to earn yearly? An answer came to your mind within seconds. It's a thought. Note that it arrived very quickly and comfortably. After you have a solution in mind, I ask you to think about your answer. What happened once you were asked to think about your answer? If you are like most people, when you start thinking about this idea, you might think there is no way to earn that much money. No one in the family is earning that much money, and you don't know how. It is foolish to want to achieve so much money, or it will make you greedy. Notice how you felt when you were thinking those thoughts. It may not look good, but I'll show you what we can do soon. This is an excellent example of thought versus thinking. If I ask you a question, 100% a thought will come to your mind. Thoughts are not naturally bad. Remember that these are the energetic, raw materials from which we see the world. We start going on an emotional roller coaster when we think about our thoughts. When we think about our thoughts, we start judging and blaming those thoughts, which causes emotional turmoil inside us. When I asked how much you want to earn, the thought about the amount came to your mind. That thought was neutral, and it did not cause any emotional pain. In reality, you felt good and motivated thinking about this. Sadness happens when you start thinking about how much you want to earn, due to which self-doubt, inability, anxiety, anger, guilty feeling, or any other negative feeling starts coming. The only valuable and helpful thing was the initial thought that came to your mind when I first asked you how much you wanted to earn. Whatever happened after that was all waste. The thought creates, and thinking destroys. As soon as we start thinking about thoughts, we put our limiting beliefs, decisions, blame, programming, and conditioning on that thought, and in the end we think about the reasons why we can't do it. Meanwhile, in the non-thinking state, we stop all such negative programming and decisions from weakening the initial thought of what you want to create. Part 3. If thinking is the root of problems, how can we stop thinking? There is no space left for a peaceful heart in a crowded mind. For this, the mind should also be quiet, but most of them would not realize that if we leave a bowl of dirty water for some time, the dirt starts settling in the water automatically, and after some time, the water becomes clear. Our brain also works in the same way. If we allow our thinking to be as it is without trying to filter or boil down it, the thinking will automatically calm down, and our minds will be free. Whenever you face such a situation, remember that you always have an unlimited source of clarity, love, happiness, peace, and satisfaction. Remember that this negativity is just your thinking, not you. Peacefully remember that the sun does not disappear forever. It will rise again soon. With this understanding, just as you understand the importance of night in the universe, you will also understand the importance of the night of negative thinking in your life that has come to calm you down and teach you something. Part 4. What to do for non-thinking state. The truth is that we know what to do. We are just afraid to do it. For example, if you want to lose weight, you know what needs to be done very well. The formula to lose weight is not rocket science. It just requires burning more calories, for which exercise and healthy eating are needed. The weight will reduce automatically. We know almost exactly what to do for everything in life. We keep thinking about it. Why can't we do it? This happens for 2 reasons. First, you don't do what you should because of fear or self-doubt. If you overcome this obstacle, do not trust your inner or subconscious mind. You must take action, and the rest of the way will show itself. We have thousands of ideas to reach what we want. The one thing that stops us from getting there is our thinking. Henry Ford once said, "If you think you can or can't, you're right both times." When you think you can't, we immediately stop ourselves from those limitless possibilities. What we can do at any time. This means for anything to happen, there must first be space for it. The same thing is true for our minds. If you want to create something new like new thoughts, then you first have to create space for it so that you can receive relevant ideas that can change your life. Like a cup of water, if your mind is filled with old thinking, it is impossible for any new ideas to come to your mind to make the change you want. As soon as we stop our efforts to think, we immediately create a space where new thoughts and ideas can enter our minds. All the magic happens in this space of nothingness. For example, good athletes train to perform well, but the best athletes like Ronaldo know that they need as much rest as they do training to remain at peak performance. During this rest period, they heal their injuries, strengthen the muscles they have built through exercise, and give themselves time to internalize what they have learned in training. This is where they get everything they want from exercise and training. When Thomas Edison faced something difficult, he would fall asleep on his chair, holding a steel ball in both hands. When he went into deep sleep, the ball would fall from his hand, wake him up, and the solution to the problem would come to his mind. He knew that everything comes from nothing. So, Edison adopted this concept of creating space for new ideas to come into his mind instead of trying to solve problems with his old way of thinking. I like a famous quote by Albert Einstein. We cannot solve problems using the same level of consciousness at which their problem came. Like Edison, Einstein also adopted this method in his own way, but both had the same understanding of creating space. When Einstein got stuck in a complex problem, he would stop working on it and start playing the violin, or go out to play. Due to this, when he was playing, the answer would suddenly come from somewhere. We don't have to try to figure out everything. Even the people we consider talented didn't put much stress and effort into thinking about making the world's greatest inventions. So should we do that? We are no different from them and are all connected to the same energy source. Therefore, wisdom says we should also find solutions to problems this way, so that you, too, can find the answer to every issue from this energy source. When you are facing any problem, then find your solution with divine power like this. 1. Be aware that your thinking is the leading cause of all negative feelings. 2. Make space for new ideas by abandoning manual thinking from the logical mind. Have complete faith that your inner wisdom, God, the universe, subconscious mind, or whatever form you believe in this power will give you the answer. Leave it to them when and how you will get the answer. 3. Be aware of all the feelings that arise while committing yourself to them and enhance them by focusing on love, peace, and happiness. Approach whatever you face with love, and the answer will come to you. If it sounds simple, that's a good thing. Truth is always simple. Although it is simple, it is not easy. What is important is not when you get stuck in your thinking, because that is natural, but what you do when you find yourself thinking about that thing again. As long as you constantly remember that we can only feel what we are thinking, and that thinking is the leading cause of all our suffering, then you are free. In the last chapter of this book summary, we will understand that part 7. Obstacles in a non-thinking state. Once you start living your life without thinking, there will not be too many worries, stress, or problems. Many of them will disappear before your eyes, because if you no longer see things as problems, they will stop being a problem to you. You will find that you have never felt this kind of peace and stability before. Thus, it will feel like an unknown feeling. As human beings, we do not like the unknown, because it means insecurity. Surprisingly, at this time, most people start thinking that something is wrong because they are feeling pleased and peaceful most of the day. So this unknown feeling that has come is something wrong. Many people think at this time that they are not as productive, have reduced extra efforts, or have become lazy. This thinking is far from the truth, and it is just your mind trying to think of that sad thing again to create the illusion of security. The truth is that as human beings, we are most productive when we are non-thinking. When we are in this state of pure happiness, time starts flying like a fast aeroplane, so we do not even realize it. Work starts getting more accessible, we perform better, people are attracted towards us, we attract a lot of abundance, and miracles happen out of nowhere. Faith is essential for all this. Have confidence that things will work out, and that the universe is working for you. Have happens for a reason, and there is no failure in life. Everything has lessons and opportunities for our growth. You must have faith in this unknown power, because this is the only space where there is a possibility of anything different from our current life. Your life may change once you find the courage to jump into this unknown space and not be afraid of it. If you start to feel like something is wrong because you feel so peaceful and satisfied, remember that it's just your mind making you think again. Your mind is the biggest salesman, knowing what to say to get you back into the trap of negative thinking. We can choose to be completely free and happy in this unknown power, or select the possibility of becoming a victim within the limits of known things. If you fall into thinking again, don't worry, it is natural. Don't feel guilty if this happens. Punishing yourself is unnecessary, because this will keep you believing in the same place. Just keep this in mind. Thinking is human nature. Once you see that your thinking is causing your suffering, you must change it to bring yourself back to a state of peace, happiness, and love. If you do this, the desired change can happen quickly without emotional pain. Thank you, friends. This was the summary of Don't Believe Everything You Think. I am sure you must have learned some deep lessons from this book summary. If you feel comfortable, please tell us by commenting which lesson touched your heart. And whatever you feel is very important. It is very important for you to do this if we want to move ahead in our life. We'll be waiting for your comment. See you soon with more great videos. Thank you so much. Subscribe to our channel Book Wisdom Briefs for more such powerful summaries.